Hey everyone, it's good to see you. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go on a little bit of a journey into rural Nebraska and a little bit of Kansas to get some shots with the Fujifilm X-H2 combined with the Canon 24mm tilt shift. This is a really fun combination. We're not going to mess around with the shift function at all. We're going to go full tilt, vertical and horizontal. What that does, instead of a flat plane of focus in front of you somewhere, wherever you're zooming in and out or you're focusing in and out, instead of being flat, it's going to tilt it to the side or up and down. And it creates a unique view. Some people think that you can get away with just doing this in Photoshop. You don't actually need a tilt lens to be able to do this. I would disagree. I think that you can get most of the look in Photoshop, but there's a lot of situations where the tilt shift gives you something totally unique. So I'll show you some examples and we'll talk about them in this video.
It's exposing. Larry taught them that everything they did was deliberate. If they upset him, it was an intentional act of sabotage against him.
Okay, first stop of the day, Milford, Nebraska. Got this cool little tourist stop that used to be part of a larger touristy kind of area. And I've seen this place like dozens and dozens of times and I've never taken a photo. So let's do that with the tilt shift and get a couple cool shots of this, this old place. Here's a cool little abandoned house, kind of random road I just saw, so I turned off and getting some shots of this, and I think it's pretty cool. One of those things where I'm scouting in the summer. This would be almost impossible to see because everything would be grown over, but right now you can see all the coolness.
This photo and the next one are examples of how unique that tilt shift can work, and it's tilting, just getting parts of the image in focus from the foreground to the background.
Larry always made it clear. He would never.
Kind of crazy imagining this giant house in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's like nothing around here. Just this house kind of on the top of a hill. It's beautiful, it's amazing. Man, how many stories could be told from the people that lived there?
It was an imperative to do, but more morally ethical.
Okay, so this is a cool old school, the Lamb School. Looks like 1928. Pretty cool location, but the light is in the wrong spot. So I scouted out, the location, and I thought it might be in the right spot, but the light, the shadows in the front, and I'll get a couple photos to kind of document it, but it's not that great.
ways, especially on bad terms. So not only would I just die, like mentally, emotionally, like he would destroy me if I wasn't dead.
Okay, so another example of the light being wrong. You can see the front of the house is just kind of in shadow. Doesn't look that great. So we'll come back when it's morning time sometime.
In a nightclub in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Larry was a fan of the nightlife, and he attempted to purchase some legendary spots in Manhattan, such as the Tunnel.
This little spot's in the northern part of Kansas, and it's got some cool abandoned Americana that we're gonna go and look at and get a couple good shots of. This is pretty freaking sweet.
Probably my favorite example of how the tilt can be so powerful. I've got the house in focus, and I've also got the barbed wire in focus, and that's not easy to do in Photoshop in this way, especially when there's other elements like leaves and grass that are falling in and out of focus. You probably noticed a lot of different looks in this video. I have some black and white, some different types of color settings. For instance, these are like a little bit of a color shift presets that I made. But you can get most of my presets for free if you just go to my Buy Me a Coffee. The link is below. All you got to do is just go and select the presets and download them if you want to mess around with those yourself.